Hi, welcome back to the podcast. It's been so long. My name's Maria. If you're new, this is Conversations with Mother Earth, and I have not been here for quite a few weeks, so I'm excited. It's almost like greeting a good friend on the phone. Hi, how are you? I've missed you. Is exactly how I'm feeling right now. So I'm happy to be on the video, and I hope I have enough time here to sit to do this exercise that I've been meaning to do for, a few weeks now. And that is my autumn/fall season check-in with not only my higher self, with Mother Earth, with divine creation, and get some guidance on quite a number of things. First and foremost, I like to do a check-in on my body and also on my spiritual development. I like to ask what I could be doing differently for my body during the season, so the fall season for me right now. What foods I could be incorporating or releasing from my daily routine, what activities I could be adding or releasing, what I could be doing with my family that perhaps is a little bit different this season, something I need this season versus maybe other seasons. And I also really love to ask what I can be releasing emotionally. What needs to be examined, felt, seen, heard. Kind of like what cycle of development that I'm in at the moment. Also, what's coming in for me is something maybe I'm not aware of. If I'm developing an aspect of a spiritual gift, I like to ask that kind of question too. And what's really fun is to ask Mother Earth what this season means to her and for her. Or even tap in and ask the trees, the birds, right? That bird energy, tree energy, tapping into that and seeing what does the fall season mean to you? What's it feel like to you? We can do all of those things. From inside of us, we can tap into all of those answers because the wisdom lives inside of us and we're all connected on the web of light, the frequency. We are all one in that. So we truly can pull that information from everywhere and utilize it to be a framework from which we live our life every single day, change our mentality even every single day, and grow and become just a better human, a more aligned human. We're here to be human. We're here to do these things, and getting the guidance from all over, pulling it from everywhere, I think really helps us to do that. And I love this exercise. I love checking in seasonally to ask really some of these eye-opening questions. The answers that I receive are pretty eye-opening. I want to give you one example that I think is so incredibly profound and almost miraculous in a way. Hold on. If you can hear it, first of all, if you can hear it, my son's in the shower in the other bathroom, so you'll probably hear different things, as you can tell as well. If you're usually if you watch my videos, I'm in a different location now. I think I told you we have some shifts going on in our family in terms of who's staying in what room and blah, blah, blah. So I've had to move the desk to the bedroom. So, ta-da, here we are. Just to kind of give you a background of like what you're seeing and all of the things, because I would want to know if I was a viewer, what's happening over there, Maria? This is it. So hopefully that noise isn't too loud. I hope it's not bad. The one really profound thing that I've experienced after doing one of these meditations was truly finding out for my higher self that I don't know how to say it, that I would become pregnant just within a few months. So last summer, I was on a walk outside and I was going through some of these questions because it must have been, it must have been the change of the season. Maybe it was in June. And I was asking my higher self as I was taking a walk outside, what would you like to experience through me this season or this summer or over the next few months? And surprisingly, I got the response of Like, I want you to be pregnant. I want to experience pregnancy, and I want to experience you being pregnant and having a daughter, and you teaching her and kind of shaping her and guiding her into the path that you've found, that you live. And I remember it being one of those thoughts, because it was a thought, right? It was a thought for me that I was like, that's crazy. That was just me imagining. That's what I told myself at first. That was an imagination thought. And because I had been trying to become pregnant for at least a year or two with no success. And so I was kind of like, all right, well, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But I was kind of more in the camp of it's not going to happen. I'm a little bit older. And so I just kind of chalked it up. And I have to tell you, I wrote that down in my journal, because I said, if this comes true, if this is real, then I know that it's all real. All of it's real. It's all magic. Magical. Makes life truly magical. So if that was in June, July of last summer, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter in, was it Thanksgiving of that same year? So within 3 months, pregnant with a daughter, with a little girl. And she's here now. I know if you've seen the last video, she was in the last video. I have her sling ready in case she's napping next to me, in case she wants to be in here with us. But yeah, the really truly incredible stuff you can learn when you really just ask the questions. Spirit, what would you like to experience through me during this season? Higher self, what would you like to experience through me? Divine mother, divine father, whatever, whoever your person is, divine creation. What would you like to experience through me through the season? And sit in it and see what comes up. If you get an image, if you get a feeling, if you hear something, please believe that those are valid things. Take a note, jot them down, and see how they manifest, or see how they come through for you. Because I will always love this practice. Always, always, always love this. Always love this. So I'd like to invite you to join with me to do this today. Finally, right? I've been waiting to find the time to get on here and do this. And I will make sure that I include the questions that I ask in the description, so that if you want to do this on your own sometime, or do more of an automatic writing or a journaling session, you can do it that way too. That would be fine. So we're going to get started by doing our grounded meditation, because love it. Refresh. Call the spirit, call the divine down into our bodies, divine light into our bodies to anchor into earth. Rebalance ourselves, say a prayer, and then we'll get started. So let's start by closing our eyes. Coming into oneness. And I also heard compassion for ourselves, coming into compassion for ourselves. When we take the time to breathe, that's kind of what we're doing. We're showing our body compassion, taking a break, giving it a reprieve. Go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Breathe divine white light down into the top of your crown, your third eye space. And let the light just sink into your body. Breathe it down your throat, your shoulders, and your arms, your chest, your belly, your hips, your legs, all the way down through your feet into Mother Earth. And on another inhale, breathe that Mother Earth energy up through your feet. Carry it up your legs, your back, out the top of your head. It always feels very jungly, forest. Like I think of today, I definitely think of the black jaguar because that's been top of mind for me. Just so, viscerally leaves and viney and earth. And breathe it all the way up through your body, through the top of your head, up into space, into the universe. Delivering it up to the divine light, divine spark, your God space, wherever that is for you. And on another inhale, breathe that divine light, the love, down back into your heart space, into your chest. Feel it fill that space. Today I want to call in not only Mother Earth, my higher self, divine creation, spark, our goddess Sophia, wisdom. Please guide us in the uncovering today. Guide me in the unfolding and in the seeking. As always, I am forever grateful for the connection that we share. Thank you for keeping my eyes and my ears and my heart open to receiving the messages and connecting in connection with the divine. It is truly a gift to be able to be here, to do this. One of my dreams come true. So I thank you for the journey. And I'm excited to continue. On this river, this journey of life, this celebration of life. So let me open up my Akashic records. And ask to be connected to the grid of information, the web of wisdom that's available. And let's start off today with Mother Earth. And call in Mother Earth, Mother Earth, Mother Earth. Mother Earth. Mother Earth, what does this season of autumn mean to you? And the first thing I see is the leaves changing in the trees. And the animals preparing. That's what it feels like, a squirrel collecting acorns to save. It's almost this flurry of activity that happens. Preparation is another word I heard. And it's funny because it feels like the squirrel is preparing and also sharing messages to the other squirrels. There's communication that's happening. And it's almost like chitter-chattery. It feels, I don't know why I want to say gossipy. This is funny. So they're passing messages along, one to the next, to the next, to the next. Sharing their information, whatever they need to share. And it's still kind of like a lot of this, like getting out their energy, playing, chasing one another, spending time together. And enjoying the fullness of the earth season, the end of summer, and kind of the lingering warmth for a little bit longer. It's like they're getting all their jiggles, their jitteries out before bed. That's what I think of. And while it feels like the squirrels are getting all their wiggles out, like my toddler, before bed. Other wildlife don't necessarily have that same jittery energy. It feels like the deer maybe are calm. They walk into the next season in calm and in presence. They walk through it in upliftment, perhaps. They don't have the scurry energy that the squirrels do. Yeah, they take the turning of the wheel of the season in calm. What else does this season mean for you, Earth? And my children and I started reading the Brambley Hedge books, and there's an autumn one about the little mice. And I'm being shown that you can look at the earth and see that each community of animals kind of has that particular life or story, their own community. And they have a richness to their community and their lives together. It's like they almost have this magical quality of something you would read in a book. Their lives are animated and full of connection. Like I'm being seen that Brambly Hedge where they have beautiful, cute homes and little, like little trinkets and little storylines. Something we would see perhaps in a movie, a children's movie. The animals on Earth have their own separate lives. They have life, a rich life. And they also are moving with the season according to Earth's transition. It's not just us human beings that are experiencing something new. They too, in their own connections, in their own relationships, if you will, are experiencing changes in daily rhythms and new Earth cycles. So we can imagine the animals as almost kind of mirroring our own life as well. The human life. And that their existence is the center of their reality. They're having an Earth experience just like we are. And every animal obviously is different. The way that the squirrels exist, the way that the deer exists, the way the mouse exists. Obviously the rhythms and the patterns are all different. And the way that they move about the seasonal change is all different. But the Earth is pleased by this and makes her happy. It's smiling. She's smiling. And saying, see, you are not as big as you think. You are not so as important as you believe. And that I too am here for all of these things, all of them as well. And there are so many of them. There are so many other beings on this earth, not just humans, that live with me and from me. And I just have to explain what I'm seeing is like it's in one hemisphere, one half is human, and the other hemisphere, the other half is like these tiers of animals, like the mice, and then the squirrels, and then the deer, and then the birds, or what have you. But it's almost to say, look, there's a half of the world, the half of the earth that you don't even think about in the proper way. You're not experiencing or understanding. How much of Earth is that? Is them? Is the other life forms, the animals, specifically here, but I imagine that goes for the plants as well, the water, the mountains. So much of Earth is the other. Do you have a message about this Earth specifically that you want to share? Something we need to remember. It's this feeling of you are small, important, but small compared to the grand scheme of life here on Earth. And so all things are going through a seasonal transition, a seasonal shift. And it's fun to open your heart and experience and feel the bigger picture there. That Earth is a place of many life forms, of many beings breathing and experiencing, living. It's important to remember that. To take ourselves, our personal selves, off of the forefront of our minds sometimes. And allow the largeness of what's outside of us to expand our mind, to blow us open. That's cool. Thank you, Earth. I also want to ask, Mother Earth, Mother Earth, Mother Earth, what is a way that I can honor you this season? What's something I can do this fall to let you know that I'm thankful and grateful and that I love you? Ah. It's just enjoy your life. In fact, the scene that I was shown was walking with a basket of apples, actually, apple picking. And I'm smiling and I'm laughing with the people that I'm with, or just with spending time in nature, doing all of those things. And the sentiment really is enjoy your life. Enjoy what I have here for you. Find gladness in it. Find gladness in the people around you. Be happy. And I'm it makes me cry because how beautiful. To just say that's it. That's all I ask. It feels pretty acute right now, right? As a mother myself. It feels acutely because that's what you want for your kids. be happy. I want you to be happy. Take what you want. I want you to be happy. It feels close to home, that one. Sorry. Thank you. Let me take a deep breath and have a sip of water. Whoa. That's a beautiful message to share, so thank you. And really, it's like, yeah, it's the fall feeling of being outside, the blue sky, breathing in the fresh air. And enjoying what you're doing, enjoying where you are. Enjoying where you are being. Which, for me in the fall, feels like outside is the best. So a way to honor the earth this season is just to be happy. Find happiness in your human self, in me, around me. I love that. Thank you, Mother Earth. Now, for the next few questions, I want to move on to my higher self, essentially. To my divine connection. So I'm going to say higher self, higher self, higher self. Divine Mother. That's who I like to ask. It's all in the same vein, really, right? My first question is, what is happening for me spiritually this season? What's going on in my spiritual development? Things that I can look forward to over the next few weeks. And the first thing that I felt was this it feels like an expanding but also a softening into. Spreading your wings, if you will. What does this represent? You're coming into connection. The spreading of the wings. There's a growth period still to come before takeoff, before you use those wings. But they're unfolding, they're spread, they're out. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? Also really feels like opening up and leading with my heart. Letting my chest lead, letting my heart lead. And I'm seeing this big ball, this orb of golden light, almost as my lighthouse, as my beacon, the thing that I should be using and will be using to guide me on this path forward, the journey of life forward. And I see people before me, but they're vague, but I can feel almost that there are people before me. In fact, I am standing on one side of an ocean, it feels like, or water, a big body of water. And then on the other side, on the other shore, it feels like vague people, crowd of people. And it's almost like they know that I'm coming at some point, but I'm not coming yet. I'm not venturing yet. Or they're watching me and I'm watching them. Almost like they're waiting to watch me lift off, to use these wings eventually. But still kind of, in a waiting and watching period. And the analogy is like a new baby. But still getting ready to use the wings. Getting used to the feeling almost. Letting the feathers, feels like the feathers unfurl and get used to being in the wind or in the air. Yeah. I think a soaring point is coming, but I would say not yet. It doesn't feel like. So is there anything I need to focus on to expand and grow spiritually at this time? Is there anything I should put my focus on? And I mean immediately, always in your heart. Focus on your heart. And at this point, my body almost transitioned to breathing from here instead of up in here or in the rest of my being. I transferred my presence into my heart space more so than anywhere else. So focus on doing that more in this season, Maria. Focus on here, on allowing this space to actually have weight in your body. Access this space when you are living in your day-to-day. And when you're living in the home of your heart, it feels like it takes up all of the space. How to describe this better? Because it feels like something that I don't know how to put into words. It's almost like you reside in this tiny house. Well, it's not tiny, but it feels like a tiny house, right? Reside in this house, your heart house. Put everything in there, and then the body follows. Like this is the cockpit. Bring your presence and your awareness and your being into your heart. Because it really feels very clear in its direction. For me. The rest of my body, when I breathe into the rest of my body or try to think with any other part of myself, it feels airy. So living from our heart space is key for my growth, it feels like this season. Let me ask also, My higher self, higher self, higher self. What is coming up to ask to be witnessed or healed or released right now and during this season of fall? I heard whoa, and it's almost like I'm getting kind of waves of, like it feels like I'm being bombarded with waves of different things that may come up over and over again, like the ocean, just kind of keep getting buffeted a little bit by what? By something that wants to be healed or released? What is this that you're trying to show me? Because it feels like it keeps coming up and it keeps wanting me to see it over and over again for a reason. Can you give me some more details about what this is and what this means? Well, it was very short, and it said, there's still some things that you don't understand. All right, tell me more. Your outer life. Can you give me some more details about this? What does this mean? You're not necessarily embodying fully the presence that you need in order to change your outer life, your reality. And that's why you keep getting hit by the wave over and over and over again. That's why it keeps coming up. And it's not a big wave. If it's just kind of like a normal sized wave, but still it keeps coming up for you. Now, how do I do this? Is there a way? How do I do this? How do I work on this? There are some things that you need to give up, that you need to release and let go of. Attachments, it feels like. You need to stop believing that everything is outside of you, that everything is without. There's nothing outside of you that is not with inside of you. That's not inside of you, excuse me. Even the waves, the things that you keep seeing, become present. The mirrors that are coming in for you, those are internal. You're seeing them because they're internal. Reflections, something you believe. How can I change this or release this or help to heal these beliefs that are coming up for me? It felt like, well, I don't know. Why don't we talk about it more? And the sentiment is like, we don't have enough time today. I feel like I have a sage in my presence at the moment who is speaking to me in this way. Mm-hmm. And they said, come to me and work with me and we will heal these things. We will do these things together. Okay. I look forward to it. And I said, well, kind of like, like it'll be some hard work is a sentiment to grow and release what's coming up for you. And I said, is there anything I can share on the video of things that I'm going through to kind of give people more, to be relatable in this? And it's kind of like, no, you need to do your inner work. You need to do your work. Come back and do your work. Come back and we'll do this. That feels very at a different time. Very focused. All right, well, I have work to do. All right, let's go back into my higher self. And oftentimes when I call in my higher self, I like to envision her in my mind's eye, or sometimes she pops in. I don't even have to necessarily envision her. She just is there. And higher self, let me ask you, what are some things I can begin to do to let me rephrase. Let me start over. What are some behaviors or actions I can take in terms of my movement or my food to help my body feel its best and to be in optimal health this season? Definitely taking walks. That one always comes up for me. I'm seeing melons or fruit. Cantaloupe is a melon I'm seeing. Potatoes, like sweet potatoes. In fact, just trying to find some tranquil, peaceful spaces for myself to come back into my body when I need to. So a bath, perhaps, if I can, by myself for even 20 minutes. A walk by myself if I can, even for 20 minutes. She's showing me a breakfast that I typically like to eat that has apples or stewed apples and sweet potatoes and some Greek yogurt. So eating things that are going to feel good in my body. Is there anything else that I can do this season to feel really great inside my body? I'm getting like a lot of apple stuff. Apple. Applesauce, apple cider. Cinnamon. It's almost like really lean into those seasonal flavors. Obviously from the earth, right? The cinnamon, the spices. That warming. I think it's warming. The warming things. I'll have to look into Ayurveda. I know that they have a template for what the warming foods are and spices, so I'll have to look into that. walks, warmth, finding some quiet time for myself to come into presence and into my body. All right, are there any behaviors or foods or actions that I should stop doing? I got the popcorn. I've been obsessed with popcorn recently. The popcorn popped in right away as a no more, like, we can let go of that. Here's one. Dreaming of what I want my fall season to be like, what I wish it would be like, versus just loving what I have. So it's a comparison thing here for me, because TikTok, social media is hard. I've been dreaming about how I want, the decorations, the corn stalks, the pumpkins everywhere, how I want my space to look a certain way, to be decorated. Even to be able to go places like to the pumpkin farm or to do those things. It's not always realistic to have all of that. And so I need to be happy with what I do have, with the 2 pumpkins that I have on my front porch. Because those are enough. Those are beautiful and festive and wonderful. And they make you happy too. 2 pumpkins can make you just as happy. 1 cup of warm apple cider can make you just as happy as 10 cups. We need to reset some expectations and be happy with how it is this season. It doesn't have to be over the top to still be lovely and to still be fun and to still be special. Thank you. I definitely needed to release that for sure. Is there anything else that I can be releasing this season? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say releasing, because the teacher told me to come back, but in terms of my body, in terms of some actions that I can be doing differently. It feels like I shouldn't be sitting just to be sitting. I shouldn't be sitting to be avoiding things. If you have things that need to be done, you go ahead and do them. Don't put things off. Rest when you need to rest, but don't sit to avoid. Don't sit to avoid doing the laundry or the dishes. If you have the energy to do them, do them. Don't put things off, because I have a habit of that. If your body feels well enough to do something, then do it then. It feels better to be in movement sometimes than to be in inaction. Because the prolonging, the procrastination pulls you down, pulls your spirit down. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else? I asked, and it said just be in love. Don't doubt yourself so much. It's like your children are doing great. They're fine. They're okay. Okay. Let me check that one off. All right, I have 2 more questions, I think. All right, higher self, higher self. Higher self. Is there anything my higher self wants to experience through me this season. It's like this spirit of elation, of joyousness and happiness, of like, woo! My higher self wants me to be the woo girl, I think. And unfortunately, friends, that was the end of the video. I don't know what happened. As I'm looking back now, sometimes with spirit, things get glitchy. So my video cut off at that point. I wanted to hop on here though and say thank you. And I hope that you have taken the time to do your fall, autumn season catch up with your higher self, with the divine, with Mother Earth, and ask some of these really cool, interesting questions to see what your next few weeks, what your next season of life will look like. For now, I will see you in the next video.